Welcome, Sojourners, to the Women's Leadership Mindset series presented by Teresa K. Page, LLC. My name is Teresa Page. I am your host and looking forward to spending these next few moments with all of you. We have a lot of work to get done on today, but first, allow me to invite you to connect with me by subscribing to my website and YouTube channel. Connect and follow me on LinkedIn, and always feel free to contact me directly via email at teresakpagellc@outlook.com. So what is our goal? Well, as an author, speaker, coach, and mentor, my mission is to help professional women renew their leadership mindset with fresh fire and purpose through the mediums of leadership development and coaching services. However, the Women's Leadership Mindset series is a new initiative intended to spotlight powerful women leaders and how they serve the world through their professions and purpose. So with the goal to help women realize their unfulfilled dreams and re-energize the leaders they always were, this platform is designed to enhance, empower, educate, equalize, and even emancipate, as our special guests share their entrepreneurial stories, provide valuable resources, and guidance in a caring, professional, and impactful manner. So, let's get down to business. Hi there, leaders. Really quickly on today. For the past few weeks, I've been thinking about the 3.4 million women that are statistically said to be in the job market looking for employment. This particular group of women, a huge amount are women of color, and a huge amount is also women of a certain age that's in this space looking for new employment opportunities. And as a result of some of our current political climate, there are more of the American family that's being pushed into the job market. So it's looking very uncertain for all of us, to be honest, whether you're working or not working, or trying to create something else. So I've been wondering, then what do we do in the midst of our political climate, in the space where tariffs live, in the space where inflation is still real, in a place where unemployment is going up, in a place where there seems to be so much political unrest, in a place where we have so many challenges concerning our immigration, so many challenges concerning leadership, and a myriad of things. The list can go on and on and on. But you know what? Here's where my mind is right now in all of this. To clear the smoke just a little bit, what are we genuinely going to do? Here's what I know about the human family. It's that all of us possess a ingenuity to be able to create something to help us move forward. I love that over 7 million of the American family was able to protest for their love of our country over the weekend in a peaceful manner, to let their voices be heard. But imagine if each one of the 7 million, each one of us, not just those who protested, but each one of us here in the United States was to create a business with a particular good or a service. and that we began to buy from one another, B2B, B2C, and could we or could we not then begin to booster our economy? Wonder if we took that same energy that we used to protest and applied it to enterprise, and that we began to, again, to create a good or a service that's relevant to a particular niche. I'm not an economist or anything like that. Someone might say, oh, well, it's oversaturation in that would be oversaturation. You know what? I don't believe that. And I tell you why I don't believe it. Because even if a few of us created the same good or a service, we don't have access to the same network of people. We all haven't established that relationship of trust, or there hasn't been that same referral, that word of mouth referral, would not have all of our same names on the end of those tongues, those those referral tongues, so to speak. There is room for all of us. Contrary to popular belief, there is room for all of us, wherein if we were able to bind together, regardless of what the business entity, however it would be structured, whether it's a corporation or it's a limited liability, if it's a sole proprietorship or LLP, however you want to structure it, regardless, if we were able to create an environment where we can stoke our own economy, to pull our own selves out of the hole, instead of us waiting for what our government may or may not do, how would we then be able to change our own world? Would we not be able to regain our own power as we the people? All I'm saying is that we have to turn our pain into some type of treasure. We have to start building stages and platforms for one another. It is going to take us working together, whether it's person to person, family to family, household to household, community to community, county to county, state to state, eventually continent to continent. We have the power and we have the ability. If you've heard me say it once, or if you've heard me say it at least 50 or more times, that the human family is engineered for dominion. And within this dominion, we have the ability to be fruitful, which is to be productive. We have the ability to multiply, which is to make greater, to make more intense. We have the ability to subdue, which is to have controlling influence, or which is to gain mastery over a particular gifting or an ability. We have the the ability to replenish, which is to actually to scale, or to be able to reproduce the original, which allows us to eventually be able to scale. And we also have the ability to have dominion, which is supreme authority and leadership. All of us have that. if I had anything to say to any of us that may be still looking for that traditional W-2 position, look on, and may success find you today and within the upcoming days. Look on. But while you're looking on, it's time for us to start turning on the light and begin to take a little stock of our own inventory and to see what gifting, what calling is it inside of you that you're able to pull out, to make tangible, to package, and to send to the market with intention. Or even if you don't not going to make anything, what stage would you build for someone? For some of us, to spotlight us and to illuminate the goods and the service that we're trying to present. What stage would you build? What platform would you create that would allow some of us to vend, to do business, to engage, to transact, to network? We are our own remedy. We each hold a level of power to bring ourselves and our families and our community and the global family wealth. I want you to remember that and get to work. Pull out your paper and your pen and start jotting down. You can't tell me there's not an idea that hasn't been brewing in the back of your head. You can't tell me there's not a blueprint of something that has been running around in your system of intelligence. You can't tell me that there hasn't been something that you've been wanting to do since your childhood, but you never created a space for it. We want to talk about love. Ingenuity. It is a demonstration of love. It's an express demonstration of love. To create wealth is an express demonstration of love. It is a function of love. To make room for your fellow man, it is an expression, it is a function of love. Transacting in trust, it is a function, it's an express demonstration of love. If there's any time, now is the time. The 21st century is still our finest hour. It doesn't matter how some certain powers that be want to take us backwards instead of forward. We have to have a 21st century mindset, 21st century forward mindset. For those that want to go backwards, let them go. But for those of us who want to march forward to a better today, a better tomorrow, where we are doing well, not just surviving, but that we're thriving, then forward march. Forward march. We still hold the power of our own destiny. If heaven be with us, whether you get with heaven or not, if heaven be with us, we will not fail. So I want you, if you haven't already, to start doing an investigation of your own personal inventory and start pulling out that thing that is supposed to heal a part of our angst, that is to meet a particular part of our need, that is to bring some relief to a people, a region, or a territory, or that's going to be a solution to a problem. All of us hold an answer to a question or to a problem. And it doesn't matter who you are, where we are, what tribe you rep or don't rep, what political affiliation you're with or not with. If you're on the side of the human family, it's time for the human family to get busy. And let's start pulling out of ourselves whatever it is that our immediate neighborhood or that the global family may need. And for those of you who are good at building stages, get your hammers and your nails out and start building these stages, whether they're on location or they're in a virtual space, and start opening the doors for the rest of us. If this message has touched you in any way, then like, share, and subscribe with someone who may need to hear this, with someone who have maybe just lost their career and they need to be motivated to finally become an employer instead of an employee. So we could shut down some of these numbers, these unemployment numbers, so that we can start creating supply, that we can fill the demand for our individual industries. We the people, we have the power. Let's go to work. So until next time, here's to the journey, and let's move forward.